Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to King Arena here on campus of Wheaton College. I'm Nate Stein alongside Caleb Springer. You're watching the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network. We got a men's basketball matchup for you tonight where the Thunder are facing off with the University of Chicago Maroons. The Thunder are 3-1, the Maroons 2-2. And Caleb, this is a Maroons team that will fire from deep at all times.
Yeah, they're bombs away from three. They average 13 threes a night, which is actually 9th in the whole nation. So they will fire away, and they're all led by Jake Fenlon, who is honorable mention all UAA last year, and he attempts 15 threes a game by himself, and so he can really light it up if you aren't on him at all times.
Yeah, and Fenlon, like you said, 15 threes per game, making up a really big chunk of that 35 per game that Coach Panner was telling about. Talking to the assistant coach pregame, he's saying the keys, hey, these guys are going to go on a lot of runs. We got to stay even keel, our house, our game.
Exactly. You just got to run the shooters off the line. You got to close out hard and just keep a body on them. Don't let them get comfortable from deep.
And obviously for this Thunder team, a major key is always going to be rebounding. Cade Alioth, a freshman on this team, but already a huge part. Coach Schauer, in one of our earlier interviews this season, mentioned how he is one of the best natural rebounders he's seen in a long time, made in comparison actually to Nate Haynes. So that is high praise for the freshman.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a team rebounding effort for this Wheaton team, but yeah, the freshman does have a natural ability to get the ball.
And obviously you can't say enough about Aston Francis or Ricky Samuelson. Francis, the preseason All-American. Samuelson, on the team of the week for D3 Hoops. We're just about ready to get things underway, so we're going to send it across the court for the national anthem and starting lineups. We'll be right back after this.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to King Arena on the campus of Wheaton College for tonight's men's basketball game between the University of Chicago Maroons and your Wheaton College Thunder. At this time, we have been please rise from playing for our national anthem. Here's the starting lineup for tonight's game. First, we're defending Maroons from the University of Chicago. Number 2, 6'8" senior from Indianapolis, Colin Marvell. Number 5, 6'4" junior from Lake Floresville, Noah Paris. The 6'4" senior from Rochester, New York, number 14, Number 5,
Just moments away from tip-off here in King Arena. A little bit of a different look than we saw last time the Thunder were at home in the starting lineup. You got Kobe Eichelberger in there instead of Jay Spencer. Eichelberger showed out over the Thanksgiving week and all the games that they played in that stretch, even posted a double-double, earning himself a starting spot.
Yeah, Kobe's a great player. He can do everything you want a player to do on the court. He can guard any position. He can shoot threes. He can drive. And he showed out against Franklin in their 83-70 win last Saturday. So earning himself a spot in the starting lineup.
And it will be Eichelberger to take the tip, facing off against Jacobson, the 6'5 junior from St. Paul, Minnesota. And Eichelberger wins the tip to Gunter. Francis will get underway. Gunter hands off to Francis. Francis pulls up from deep. No good. Rebound Gunter. Now Francis into the lane, absorbs some contact, can't finish. It will stay Thunder ball. That was Barthel unable to corral the rebound.
Francis has struggled a little bit from three early on, but we all know what kind of player he is, so he should just keep firing away. He'll start to find the range soon.
Francis, a very talented shooter, as we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, a preseason All-American, and he showed it the way he led this team last season. He was the guy as Eichelberger finishes up high.
Kobe's so athletic. He can get to the rim on anybody.
It'll be Baum taking the ball up, gets it to Fenlon. Swings it right back. Jacobson. Swung around, now it's Karras on the right wing. Pulls up from deep, and that one rims out, rebound Jacobson. Gunter goes up, swats it away from Jacobson. It'll stay maroon ball. Gunter so long and athletic down low, and a pretty good jumper as well.
Yeah, Gunter's a great post player for the Thunder. And Jacobson for Chicago, he's very active. I actually played against him in high school. He's annoying to guard because he's always active around the rim.
Baum enters it to Barthel down low. Barthel on Francis. And it'll be saved by Jacobson right to the hands of Peters. Ahead to Eichelberger. He goes up, finishes at the rim. Eichelberger's got 4.
When Eichelberger's playing like this, Wheaton becomes that much more of a dangerous team. He's such an athletic presence on the court.
Jacobson swings it outside. Karras for 3. Back rims it. Francis rising up.
Yeah, as we said pregame, be prepared to see a lot of threes taken on both sides of the court this game.
Now Francis with the mid-range. Rebound pulled down by Karras. Baum moving to the right wing. Down low for Karras. He can't hold on to it. Thunder ball.
A good defensive effort for the first 2 minutes here from the Thunder. Working hard, communicating. You can't take any lapses against a team like Chicago that can light it up from 3.
And one thing to notice is Jake Fenlon has touched the ball exactly 1 time in these opening handful of possessions. The senior averaging 22 points per game and 4 rebounds as Gunter goes down low but shorts it. Baum moving the other way. Swinging it out, deflected, but it will be Thunder ball.
It's kind of uncharacteristic of Baum so far. He's averaging almost 6 assists a game, and he seemed to have handled the ball really well, but the Wheaton pressure got to him there.
Peters handling the ball handling duties. Francis swings it around. Peters on the left wing. Kicks it out. Eichelberger. Fakes left, spinning in the lane. We can't finish at the rim. Eichelberger so far has accounted for all 4 of the Thunder points. Looking to make it 6 there. Baum running the half court. Gets it to Karras. Now Jacobson. Karras into Barthel. Down low, Jacobson. And there'll be a foul on the entry pass. That'll be Eichelberger's first.
Yeah, we're expecting a shootout here at King Arena, but so far, kind of a slow start for both teams. Wheaton has scored in the 80s the majority of their games. Same with Chicago. we should expect shots to start falling soon.
Yeah, these are teams that average 81 and 79 points per game. Caleb, you and I were talking pre-game about how our predictions were high 80s for scoring on both sides.
Yeah, and one quick thing to note, I think that's Eichelberger's second foul.
And right away we'll see Jay Spencer get into the game. Spencer started the first 3 games of the season at forward for the Thunder, but Eichelberger, as we mentioned, with a double-double against Franklin, took over that spot. Getting into foul trouble early here. Up top is Karras. Left wing, gets it to Jacobson. Baum gonna put up a contested 3. Short, Peters hits the deck but can't corral the rebound. It will be maroon ball and they'll get a fresh 30. So a good 30 seconds of defense there from the Thunder, but all for naught. And once again, Fenland quiet on that possession, unable to even get open. Credit Luke Peters for the stifling defense.
Yeah, Peters is a great defender. He's someone who really loves the assignments of guarding the other team's best player. Although he might not be Wheaton's leading scorer, he's one of their most important for his all-around game.
Barthel shorts the 3, rebound Spencer. Peters hustling in transition, goes right into the body of Baum, kicks it out. Francis in the lane. And they'll reset. Samuelson up top, gets it back to Peters. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Francis open on the near side, but it'll be foul on the floor, I believe.
I think he ran out of bounds and then came back in and caught it. I think that's what the call was.
It looked like he established himself, though. Because that rule is that even if you step out of bounds, you just have to get both feet back in. And it looked pretty clear that Francis had both feet down before catching that pass.
Who knows? It's tough to tell sometimes.
I don't write the rule book. Fenland now with it, trying to drive in on Peters. Gets stifled, and there'll be a travel on Barthel. And Barthel trying to slam it home after the whistle, and just didn't quite work.
A little bit of a frustration throwdown that he actually missed, but I mean, Chicago's not used to this kind of defensive pressure so far this season.
Francis pulls up for a deep 3, and in the eye of Max Jacobs.
It's good to see Francis hit one. Even though he's averaging 20 points, I think he would admit that he hasn't been playing his best basketball yet this year.
Yeah,
let's see if that gets him going.
As we mentioned shooting woes earlier, Francis shooting just 30% or just under 30% from deep this year. We're used to seeing that number up closer to just south of 40% or even above 40%.
Yeah, he's taken some tough ones, and he can make them. That's the thing. He's hard to it's a good thing, but he's kind of hard to coach in that way because he just makes the tough shots that no one else really makes. So you don't really mind him shooting them, but just maybe always working for a better shot.
That'll be Zach Quam picking up a foul, keeping Fenland from getting a clean shot off.
Ricky's been a little quiet so far too. Fenland and Ricky coming in the leading scorers on both teams. Really haven't, I don't think they've gotten a shot off, either one.
And now we'll see Fenland, a contested 3, sends that one long. And now we'll see Samuelson on the other end get it in transition. Francis swings it around to Spencer. Back to Samuelson, pump fakes. Peters with a jab step. Now he's going to take it into the body of Fenland, but he loses control. Stay Thunder ball. So in the first 5.5 minutes of play, the Maroons scoreless. 0 for 7 from the field. 5 of those shots three-pointers. That was one of your keys to the game. You got to keep a body on everybody outside the arc. And you can really say that both ways. Both these teams looking to spread the floor no matter what lineup they put out there. Spencer Peterson, who just checked in, working down low. The big-bodied sophomore can definitely be a force when he gets into a groove.
Yeah, he is a really big man. Something that Wheaton doesn't really have besides him is some girth down low. We have some good big men, but he just provides just some mass to push people around. Give some high energy minutes.
Yeah, Cade Alioth, probably one of the next biggest guys, and he's sitting at 6'5", 195. So just like you said, not a whole lot of girth on this Thunder team, and historically there hasn't been in recent years.
Yeah, it's true. And if you saw him against Carthage in football, he's an incredible football player as well. He's tough to tackle.
Yeah, Peterson, the Wildcat formation quarterback for the Thunder football team, and had a few spectacular games. Even earned a CCIW Offensive Player of the Week one week. I think that was after that Carthage game.
Yes. He ran for like 3 touchdowns and 100 and some yards.
Yeah,
and he was a beast.
Threw for a 4th, so he's doing all right. Max Jacobs goes 1 of 2 from the charity stripe to get the Maroons on the board after a 6+ minute scoring drought to open this one up. 7-1 in favor of the Thunder. Francis swings it across to Peterson. Peters now with it. Peters working in the lane. Peterson will pull up for 3. He shorts that one. Barthel gets it and gets the Maroons off and running. Swings it across to Fenlon. Fenlon into the lane, and Spencer will be called for the foul contesting that one. Fenlon goes to the line to shoot a pair.
Yeah, Peterson kind of has to take that shot on the other end just to keep him honest. Draw the defense out a little bit, but that wasn't really a rhythm shot, I don't think. I think they can work for a better shot later in the shot clock.
Fenlon misses his first. Now we'll see Tyrell Derrick and Cade Alioth in for the Thunder. For the Maroons, it's going to be Sam Sustacek, and Noah Karras will return. We're also getting our first look at Jake Burhorst. Fenlon knocks down his second, but the Maroons can't buy a bucket so far in this one, only scoring off of 2 trips to the free throw line, going 1 of 2 in each.
Yeah, Coach Schauer has to be pleased with the effort so far on the defensive end. I'd like to see Tyrell Derrick get some minutes. He's just such a team player.
Yeah, we did not see Derrick in the Lee Fun Classic to open up the season as Peterson comes flying in to pick up the Francis miss. Now Francis swings it to Peterson again. He'll try a corner 3. Back rims it. Rebound pulled down by Mattia Colangelo. Karras pulls up a deep 3 with the hand in his face, and he knocks it down. Francis gets it to Samuelson on the far side. Alioth. And Alioth, the nice move down low. Peterson with the rebound.
Peterson active on the O board so far. See if we can get Ricky a shot here. He hasn't shot one yet.
Instead it'll be Derrick for 3. Bang!
Tyrell Derrick. Big 3-pointer there.
Colangelo swings it to Karras. He'll pull up with a hand in his face. That one not close. Derrick rebound. Francis into the lane. Soft touch off the glass.
Pace is picked up a little bit here, which we came in kind of expecting. Both teams high-octane offenses. Wheaton just continues their lockdown defense.
Colangelo swings it around. Burhorst trying to work in the lane. Peterson goes up, tries to swat it, gets nothing but air. And finishing over the top is Burhorst. Samuelson with it. Goes away from the Peterson screen. Now Alioth. Derrick working on Karras. Gets it to Francis. Francis an open look, and he airmails that one. Rebound Jacobson. Karras trying to work into the lane. Good defense by Derrick. Better finish.
Yeah, these U Chicago players really have the green light to attack and shoot whenever.
And we'll get a whistle away from the ball. That's going to go against the Maroons as Peters and Gunter come back in, as does Baum for the Maroons. Foul will go against Mattia Colangelo. That's his first.
Yeah, fouls are 6-2. Wheaton with 6 fouls already, so the next Wheaton foul results in free throws.
That's not what Coach Schauer wants to see this early in the game, as I think Colangelo will pick up his second and as many possessions. And Colangelo just has his hands full trying to keep track of Ricky Samuelson.
Let's see if Wheaton can work to get Ricky a shot. Up, turnover.
Not a great inbound pass from Peters. And finishing through the contact is Ryan Jacobson. He'll go to the line and attempt to tie it up and finish the three-point play.
Yeah, Jacobson provides a lot of hustle plays for this team. He only averages 5 points, but 7 rebounds. And 10 of them have been offensive this year. He's someone you need to get a body on when the ball goes off the rim.
Jacobson can't finish, and it'll be a foul on the rebound. That'll go against Sam Sustacek, his first. So the Thunder now in the bonus with 7 fouls. We'll see how that plays out with an entire half left to play in the first half. Samuelson driving in, finishing over the top.
A nice little ISO play there. Good design to get Samuelson all alone on that side of the court. Nice rip-through finish for Ricky.
Baum kicks it out to Colangelo, and Colangelo loses his footing, hits the deck, and he's whistled for the travel. We'll see Colangelo, really nothing happened there except he maybe took an awkward step and just lost his foot.
Good job by Tyrell not doing any hand checks. Refs called those so tightly, but he had his hands out and just moved his feet and stayed in front of him.
Gunter on the left wing, up top for Alioth. Francis trying to work on Karras, fade away. Rebound Jacobson. Baum picking up the pace, moving the other way. Jacobson trying to go in on Alioth. Rebound Gunter. Peters pushing the ball in transition. Swings it to Gunter. Francis, and look at how far out Baum is guarding Francis. Knows that he's a threat even from there. Samuelson into the lane, kicks it out. Francis pulls up. That one off target. Rebound Alioth. Samuelson wide open, can't give him that look. And he somehow misses it. That's Samuelson's 6th miss on the season from deep, if you'd believe that.
It's just weird to watch him miss after the start he's had. Coming in, as we mentioned in pregame, leading the entire country in three-point field goal percentage. And it's not like he's only taken a couple. He's taken 23
now, yeah.
And he's
75%, about 17 of 23 on the season. That's pretty spectacular.
That's unheard of
for that young man. Samuelson working on Fenlon. Francis uses Gunter's screen, swings it out. Peters working down low. Rebound pulled down by Baum. Fenlon with it. Now Karras. Karras pulls up for 3. Back rims it. And they're going to call Jay Spencer for an over the back.
Karras really coming out firing. He's now one of 4 from 3. He came into this game having made 32% of his threes on the season. He's certainly a factor in on the offensive end for Chicago. That one was a little bit too open. The other ones they've contested well, however.
First rebound is good from Justin Jackson. So the Maroons within 2, down by as many as 7 in the first half, as Jackson goes 2 of 2 from the stripe. Peters gets it to Francis. Francis wide open look. Rebound Jackson. Bomb pushing the pace. Swings it out. Karras a wide open look. That one's good.
Karras the second three of the night. They can knock them down if they're open like that. Aston has to do a better job in transition, find the shooters.
Peterson to Peters. Gunter dribble handoff. Peterson a wide open three, and he's over 3 on the night. But Luke Peters, huge rebound and up and under for the finish.
Peters just does all the little things you want in your guard. He's so pesky around the rim. A great second chance points there for Wheaton.
Yeah, Peters not blowing it up on the stat sheet, just averaging 5 and 6. But like you said, does all the little things, has great positioning throughout the game.
A lot of his plays are timely too.
After the block by Peterson, this ball will stay with the Maroons. We'll see Tyrell Derrick re-enter the game for Samuelson.
Both teams struggling from the field so far. Chicago shooting 33% and Wheaton only 26.
Jackson will pull up for 3. He sends that one a little deep. Rebound Derrick. Peters going coast to coast, kicks it out. Derrick, and that's a charge every day.
Yeah.
Credit Bomb, he was in position and waiting as soon as Derrick started to drive. You'll see it here. Gets his feet out of the restricted area, set, squared up, arm straight up. You can't draw it up better than that.
He was set for a long time. Tyrell needs to do a better job of making a jump stop or avoiding the defender there.
And one thing to take a look at is the free throw numbers. The Maroons 4 of 7. The Thunder have yet to attempt a free throw.
Yeah. They can attack the basket a little more aggressively, try to draw some fouls. Maybe they're relying too much on the three-pointer early on.
Bomb driving into the lane, throws it right to Derrick. Francis tries to get fancy going to Derrick, 2-hops it. Peters working down low on Barthel, draws the foul, and he'll go to the line to shoot a pair.
That's also what makes Luke such a great player for Wheaton. His post-up game is great for a guard. He actually posted up Chicago's forward/center there, Barthel.
Yeah, the 6'8" Colin Barthel. Not a small guy, a senior averaging 12.7 points and 7.7 rebounds each game. And Luke Peters fearless going at him.
Yeah, as you can see, you don't normally see your lead guard posting up there big and going and getting a nice look at the rim. It's just a great weapon for Coach Schauer and the Wheaton offense.
Let's go ahead and call it bigs plural, as Ryan Jacobson, standing at 6'5", $195, was down there as well. Cade Alioth is going to get called for the foul there, even though he ended up in a maroon sandwich.
Yeah, just kind of a big pile on the floor. Hard to see exactly who pulled down who first, but the refs called it on Cade.
Yeah, and you can see Alioth as he walked back down the floor, laughing a little bit, just kind of questioning, and even Coach Schauer over on the sideline arguing for his young freshman.
Yeah, and both teams will be in the bonus for the rest of the half. Chicago is in the double bonus.
So 2 shots from Jacobson, missed the first, second on the way. And Jacobson goes 0 for 2, and this time Alioth gets the benefit of the doubt. Barthel will pick up the foul.
We're just going back and
yeah, now
forth.
we'll go to the other end to shoot a free throw. 1-and-1 coming for the freshman.
He's only 1 of 2 on the season, so we're yet to see the freshman's free throw shooting ability.
Yeah, he has showed a soft touch around the rim in other areas, though, so we'll see if that can translate to the charity stripe long run. First one is good.
He's someone who seems really confident on the court. A lot of freshmen, when they get into the college game, they get a little nervous, make some freshman-type plays, but he's someone who really looks like he belongs on the court even as a freshman.
Yeah, very smart player. Coach Schauer saying his praise all weekend during the Lee Fund Classic to open up the season. And you can see why. Great help defense and a great job there, even though he's whistled for the foul. Yeah, that will be Alioth's second. So foul trouble early on for the Thunder. A couple players with 2. You got Eichelberger, Derek, Quam, and Alioth all with 2. Spencer with 3. So Coach Schauer might have to go pretty deep to his bench this game as Gunter and Samuelson re-enter for Peters and Alioth.
Yeah, a lot of fouls so far tonight. The refs are calling a little tight. I think it's kind of messing with the flow a little bit, which is a result of the low-scoring game.
Yeah, just 18 apiece with 6:40 left to play in the first half. We were expecting everybody to be up in the 30s, if not 40s, by this point.
We're used to Ricky having 18 by himself at this point in the game.
Seriously. Peterson enters it to Samuelson. And Samuelson will be whistled for the walk. And Coach Schauer seems very confused by that one.
Yeah, they would never call that in the NBA.
They never call anything in the NBA. Burhorst taking it up the floor, gets it to Jacobson. And an ill-advised pass from Burhorst, nobody home. Max Jacobs the intended target there.
That's a result of Wheaton's defense getting on and up the line. Good job there, not making all the easy passes difficult.
Derek swings it around to Peterson. Now Samuelson on the baseline. Samuelson working inside. Back to Peterson. The big body going against Barthel, and he rises up and finishes. Soft touch from the big man in the paint. Puts the Thunder up by 2. Fenlon pulls up, catch and shoot. That's pure.
We all knew he could do that coming into this game. It's only a matter of time. We've done a good job so far of containing him. You got to be careful not let him get hot.
Derek looking for Francis off a handful of screens. He pulls up for a 3 of his own. Rebound Peterson. Peterson working down low. Gunter somehow corrals that one over Jacobson. And now Gunter working inside. Baby hook.
It's good to see Gunter go a little bit. He's been a little quiet this game so far. Let's see if that gets him going.
Fenlon dribble handoff to Bearhorst. Back to Fenlon. Wanted to rise and take that one, but Samuelson right in his face. It'll be Barthel. Rebound Gunter. Derek pushing the pace. Drops it back to Peterson. Swung around to Samuelson. And Samuelson into the lane, and he'll get whistled for the charge.
Yeah, I like to see Samuelson attacking the basket, but the refs deem the defender set. Now it'll be Samuelson's first.
Yeah, we'll get another look at it here on the Realty Executives replay. And you know what? I think that's actually a good call. Barthel shifted his right heel out of the restricted area at the last second, but was able to get himself reset and absorb the contact. I was skeptical at first, but that's a pretty good call. Brief conference by the referees before getting this one underway. And it looks like they actually gave that foul to Trevor Gunter.
Yeah, that was a mistake.
Yeah, I'm looking up at the scoreboard. They have 5 next to it. If that's the case, that's Gunter's first. And I guess that saves Samuelson, but Samuelson was only going to have 1 if they did call that on him as well. Wide open look from Bearhorst. That one not close.
That was way off.
Peters trying to take it coast to coast. Gets it to Francis. Francis working on Karras. Corrals the deflection. Inside, Samuelson puts up a mid-range jumper. And guess what? Ricky can shoot.
Yes, he can. I like to see him being aggressive. Ricky can defer sometimes. He's a really efficient scorer. But Wheaton really needs him in a game like this to step up and create his own shot.
And how about that finish from Ryan Jacobson through a pair of defenders? Francis pulls up for a deep three, rebound. Barthel. Fenlon. Gunter had his hand in there, but it gets tipped to Barthel. Backdoor cut by Karras. He finishes high off the glass.
Karras has been active. He has 10 points now to lead the Maroons.
And the scoring picking up in the past 3 minutes or so. It was just tied at 16 or 18, now 25-24 in favor of the Maroons. Samuelson working on Fenlon. Samuelson step back, rebound. Francis puts it up and in.
That's a very athletic move from Aston. He has 7 now to lead the Thunder.
Yeah, high level of difficulty there as Francis catching the ball, rotating his body in midair to square up, and finishing with the soft touch. Karras looking down low for Jacobson, and that's going to be an offensive foul against the big man from St. Paul. Going to be whistled for the push-off down low before the entry pass.
He didn't like it, but I think it was a good call. Pushed off a little bit to get some space.
Yeah, that's something that every big man does just about every possession when the defender's fronting him. But I think it had to just be the full extension there. His elbow pretty much locked out to be straight. Francis swings it to Peters. Peters to Peterson. Samuelson. And there'll be a whistle for a hand check. That's going to go against Baum. Jordan Baum picks up his first foul of the evening. Thunder on top by 1. Samuelson to the line to shoot a 1-and-1.
Yeah, Wheaton came into this game shooting the ball really well from the field, nearly 50% as a team. Struggling early on here.
And Samuelson rattles that one around. Rebound Barthel.
It's actually his first free throw miss of the season. He was 18 for 18 before that.
Barthel with it, working on Peterson. And Barthel finishes through contact as Peterson's whistled for the foul.
Yeah, Barthel's a good player. Leads the team in rebounds with 7 a game. Averages second most with 12.
And Peterson having a conversation with the ref, trying to figure out what exactly he was whistled for. You know what, I like seeing that when refs are willing to actually talk to these players instead of just immediately teeing them up for talking a little bit. I think that's good.
Yeah, it is. Wheaton with 13 personal fouls here in the first half.
Francis on the left wing. Drives into the lane, goes up, and one.
He's a scorer, and he has a scorer's mentality. Even though he's only shooting 23% from the field so far this game, we all know what he's capable of. Preseason All-American. Francis can get hot really fast.
And Francis leading the Thunder with 9 points so far tonight. Can't finish the three-point play. So we're tied up at 28 apiece with 1:42 to play. Colangelo gets a wide open look. Rebound pulled down by Larrabee. And he goes up and finishes. Peterson swings it to Francis. Francis working on Baum. Spins in the lane, fade away. Man, can that kid create for himself.
That's such a nice move. That's a patented Francis move. A little fake to the side, fade away from the top of the key. You really can't defend that.
Yeah, that's really Dream Shake-esque when you look at the progression of moves as Colangelo pulls up from 3 and puts the Maroons back on top. Inside a minute to play in the first half, Maroons lead by 3. Peters drawing up something out of the half court. Gets it to Francis. Francis, a deep 3 of his own. Rebound Gunter. Gunter working down low, can't finish. Rebound Colangelo.
It was about 4 to 5 second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Looks like they're going to hold. Cannot hold for the last shot, but they can really run it down.
Yeah, Maroons looking to take a 2-possession lead into the locker room at halftime if they can convert something here. Just 5 on the shot clock. Now Baum will get into motion, gets it to Barthel. And Barthel goes up, can't finish. Thunder gonna have to get something off quick. It's Samuelson, throws up a heave. That'll do it for the first half after 20 minutes of action. Your score, the University of Chicago Maroons 33, the Wheaton Thunder 30. Not quite the shootout we were expecting. We're going to take a quick break for halftime. We'll be back on the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network after this.
We believe in one sovereign God, eternally existing in 3 persons, the everlasting Father, His only begotten Son, Jesus Christ, our Lord, and the Holy Spirit, the giver of life.
And we believe that God created the heavens and the earth out of nothing by His spoken word and for His own glory.
We believe that God has revealed Himself and His truth in the created order, in the Scriptures, and supremely in Jesus Christ.
We believe that the Scriptures of the Old and New Testaments are verbally inspired by God and inerrant in the original writing, so that they are fully trustworthy and of supreme and final authority in all they say.
We believe that Jesus Christ was conceived by the Holy Spirit, born of the Virgin Mary, was true God and true man, existing in one person and without sin.
We believe in the resurrection of the crucified body of our Lord, His ascension into heaven, and His present life there for us as Lord, High Priest, and Advocate.
We believe that God directly created Adam and Eve, the historical parents of the entire human race. And they were created in His own image, distinct from all other living creatures, and in a state of original righteousness.
We believe that our first parents sinned by rebelling against God's revealed will, and thereby incurred physical and spiritual death. And as a result, all human beings are born with a sinful nature that leads them to sin in word, thought, and deed.
We believe in the existence of Satan, sin, and evil powers, and that these have been defeated by God in the cross of Christ.
We believe that the Lord Jesus Christ died for our sins, according to the Scriptures, as a representative and substitutionary sacrifice, triumphing over all evil, and that all who believe in Him are justified by His shed blood and forgiven of all their sins.
We believe that all who receive the Lord Jesus Christ by faith are born again of the Holy Spirit, and thereby become children of God, and are enabled to offer spiritual worship acceptable to God.
We believe that the Holy Spirit indwells and gives life to believers, enables them to understand the Scriptures, empowers them for godly living, and equips them for service and witness.
We believe that the one holy universal church is the body of Christ and is composed of Christ's people.
The task of Christ's people in this world is to be God's redeemed people, embodying His love by worshiping God with confession, prayer, and praise. by proclaiming the gospel of God's redemptive love through our Lord Jesus Christ to the ends of the earth by word and deed, by caring for all God's creation, by actively seeking the good of everyone, especially the poor and the needy.
We believe in the blessed hope that Jesus Christ will soon return to this earth, personally, visibly, and unexpectedly, in power and great glory, to gather his elect, to raise the dead, to judge the nations, and to bring his kingdom to fulfillment.
We believe in the bodily resurrection of the just and the unjust, the everlasting punishment of the lost, and the everlasting blessedness of the saved.
And the sun was shining as well as it could on the shadowy river, a good part of the shine being caught in the trees. Since about this time last year, painting the Fox River, starting up in West Dundee in the north, we're going to cover all the way down to Ottawa. I hope that it happens at least with one painting I make out of these 60 that, you know, when you look at it, it just leads you. It's heuristic. You know, it wants you to go. It wants you to encounter. I mean, I sometimes think of it as kind of homesickness, you know, where you feel like your identity is out there somewhere else. You're here, but you have this pull, you know, to be somewhere, and it's an ache. In Gilead, you know, John Ames at some point talks about this town, Gilead, and he says, you know, this town has been wearied a little and then wearied a little more, and yet he says hope is still there. And I mean, that is the thing. Hope isn't the accomplishment. This whole idea of, you know, when is hope important? It's hope that it's important when it's dark, you know, when you can't see. That's when it manifests itself as a possibility. So these paintings aren't about a sort of glorious resolution, but I hope they are something that makes one feel a glimmer of hope for possibilities.
Hi, I'm Abby Yoder. I grew up here in Wheaton, and I transferred to Wheaton College because I wanted to be in a place that would shape me as a learner and as a Christ follower. For me, one of the best parts of Wheaton was my time spent at Honey Rock, Wheaton's campus in the Northwoods of Wisconsin, where students can take classes, serve as camp counselors, and be developed as leaders. Honey Rock was a great place for me to grow in my faith, live out my sense for adventure, and form lifelong friendships. Whether it's Honey Rock or one of the many other ways to connect on campus, I'm excited to help you get a vision for life here at Wheaton.
I'm Nate Brown. College will be one of the most transformational experiences in your life. My education in the context of a Christian community helps shape the way I live and engage the world around me. I love that Wheaton relates Christian liberal arts to the needs of contemporary society. The classes are designed to combine faith and learning, giving you a biblical perspective that's accessible and applicable. Wheaton students are challenged to answer questions like, what does it mean to live as a Christian doctor, engineer, or business professional? Being in an environment with other students and faculty who are passionate about their faith and serious about their education will help you to know who you are in Christ and prepare you to go wherever He leads you. I look forward to helping you find your way to Wheaton. Talk to you soon.
Like when I close my eyes and don't even care if anyone sees me dancing. Like I can fly and I don't even think of touching the ground. Like a heartbeat skip, like an open page, like a one-way trip on an aeroplane. It's the way that I feel when I'm with you. Brand new. Like when I close my eyes and don't even care if anyone sees me dancing. Like I can fly and I don't even think of touching the ground. Like a heartbeat skip, like an open page, like a one-way trip on an aeroplane. It's the way that I feel when I'm with you. Brand new.
And we are back here in King Arena, second half just moments away from tipping off between the Thunder and the Maroons. The Maroons went into the locker room with the 3-point lead, 33-30, and for most of the half, it was some really sloppy basketball.
Yeah, I mean, all the star players on both sides of the court were struggling. Aston Francis led all scorers with 11, but he was only 5 of 16 from the field. Ricky Sampson only attempting 5 shots for 4 points. Let's see if the stars on both sides can get it going this half.
Yeah, and Jake Fenlon, who's averaging just over 22 points per game, held the 4 points on 1 of 3 shooting in the first half. All three of his attempts from behind the arc.
Yeah, and Ricky's averaging 27. He only has 4. Wheaton really needs to make it a priority to try to get him open shots.
Barthel working down low, finishes over the top of Eichelberger. Eichelberger got into foul trouble early on, so this is the first time we've seen him since really the opening 7-8 minutes of that half.
And he came out so strong, scoring 2 buckets on back-to-back possessions. Let's see if he can continue that, even though he was on the bench for a while.
Francis, fadeaway. I don't know how he does that.
Yeah, that's...
those kinds of shots.
That's next level move.
The kid can play, man. Karras swings it. Now Baum looking down low for Barthel. And Barthel going into Eichelberger. It looked like he took a shot to the mouth. And both Eichelberger and Barthel are down. Barthel staying down a little bit longer. And Barthel's still down.
Yeah, he has some blood.
Yeah, maybe a small cut on the top of his head. I think he got the tooth of Eichelberger the way they both reeled. Eichelberger reaching towards his face, Barthel immediately reaching up top. It's never good to see.
Yeah, it looks like there might be a little bit of blood on the court. So they're going to have to go take care of that. Yeah, it's never a good feeling. The tooth to the head for both parties.
Yeah, nobody wins in that situation.
Nobody wins.
You got a couple of losers and 0 winners.
Yeah, and back in the day when you used to have braces on and that would happen.
Yeah,
just be
middle school
over.
basketball is a dangerous game.
Yes, it is.
I actually, back in my playing days, I think it was 8th grade, working down low, took a bow straight between the eyes, gashed open my forehead a little bit. So that's not a pleasant feeling, whether it's an elbow, a forehead, a tooth, whatever. It's not fun.
No. See if they looks like they got the blood off the court.
Yeah, now they're just going to check on Barthel, who exited play. Looking ahead in the Thunder schedule, this is their final non-conference matchup before getting the conference schedule underway. That'll be this Saturday night at 7 p.m. against Milliken. So a pretty good way to start. Milliken, number 3 in the CCIW right now. The Thunder, number 4. It should be a solid matchup in what is one of the top conferences in Division III men's basketball.
Yeah, and Augustana is ranked 2nd in the whole country right now. So there's a lot of hype around their team.
And Barthel, you can't really see him on your screen, but getting the full wrap treatment over there on the Maroons bench. Looking like an outpatient after a car accident a little bit. Whatever you got to do to keep playing.
You got to respect that.
He'll be back soon. I have no doubt in my mind about that. He's a grinder. Francis on the right wing. Swings it across. Spencer, good look at a 3. Gets it back, and he will be called for a walk. Didn't put the ball on the floor before gathering himself, and on cue, Barthel is back into the game with that head wrap.
Yeah, Spencer has just not looked comfortable on the court yet this year. He's someone with a lot of hype coming into the season because of his length and athleticism, but he's just really struggled to find his place so far.
Yeah, only playing 63 minutes on the season in 4 games coming into this one. And there'll be a whistle on the floor, looking like it's going to go against Gunter. That'll be his 2nd.
Yeah, at this point, it feels like everyone's in a little bit of foul trouble. That'll be Gunter's 2nd. Eichelberger has 2. Derek has 2. Quam has 2. Aliath has 2. Spencer has 3.
Yeah, Coach Schauer could be forced to go very deep into his bench. Only a handful of players that haven't gotten playing time tonight so far. Zach Holman, one of the guys who saw a decent amount of time in the Lee Fund a couple weekends ago. But yet to be seen tonight. Peterson Francis doing a pretty good job keeping him on the bench. Samuelson gets it to Peterson. Peterson working against Barthel, and that one rattles out. Samuelson battling for the rebound. He tips it to Gunter.
Good fight there from Samuelson.
Now Peters goes up, draws the foul. He'll be shooting a pair. And that foul will go against Fenlon. That's his second.
Yeah, just stats-wise, this game is just not very different from all the other games from both teams. I mean, no one's really scoring at a good rate. And assist numbers are down as well. Peters does have 3, however.
And Peters makes the first, misses the second. Thunder trail by 6 with a couple minutes gone in the second half. Good backdoor cut from Fenlon. He draws a foul, and he'll have a chance to add to this Maroon lead.
Yeah, Fenlon, as we mentioned, only with 4 points. He averages 22. He's the guy for Chicago in terms of scoring. But during this game, there aren't really any guys that are scoring at a high rate.
And the first one from Fenlon rims out. Eichelberger returns to action. It'll be Peterson getting a break. And Fenlon knocks down the second. 40-33, 17-40 to play in regulation. Second half of action here at King Arena. Eichelberger pump fakes a 3. And such a quick first step, just runs right around Ryan Jacobson. Kobe Eichelberger, man.
Yeah, he has that first step that no one can stay in front of. I mean, if he wouldn't have been, he's only played 5 minutes and he scored 6 points, which is the best rate out of anybody on the court. So it's really important that he stays out of foul trouble, stay on the court, because he just provides that spark, that drive to the basket that gets things going for other people.
And he sets up his speed so well with a jab step. We'll see this over and over again tonight. He gets any sort of isolation from the elbow, jabs left, and immediately drives right. He'll have the defender on his heels all night long. We saw it a bunch against Baldwin Wallace in the Lee Fund championship game. And I mean, you can't say anything else besides that. He's a spark for this team. There's a reason he's earned his way into the starting lineup.
He's one of those X-Factor guys where, you know, most games, Francis, Samuelson will give you points. But if he could provide offense to go along with his athleticism on the defensive end and rebounding, it just makes this team a lot harder to guard.
And at 6'5", 200, no slouch in the low post.
Eichelberger back on Barthel after they just hit heads.
Glad to see both players are back into action and feeling good. Karras hands it off to Baum. Back to Karras. Peters chases Fenlon around a few screens. Up top for Barthel. 3 on the shot clock, and Barthel coughs it up. Peters to Francis, pulls up, deep 3, count it.
Got it. Big shot from Francis, second 3 of the night.
And that'll get the Thunder back to within 2. Barthel, Eichelberger reacts and gets in front of him, but the 6'8" Barthel just finishes right over the top.
Strong right-handed move there from Barthel. It's hard to knock him off his position. He's a thick body.
Francis now getting into a bit of a rhythm, knocks one down in Karras' eye.
Francis is one of those scorers, kind of like a Jamal Crawford, who just like 1 or 2 shots and all of a sudden he's just on fire and he's going to just keep shooting and making them.
Barthel will pull up for a three. Gunter got his hand up. Rebound bomb. And a good pump fake and left-handed finish.
Yeah, good play by Bond. First bucket of the night.
Peters moving to his left. Eichelberger. Pump fakes. Now Gunter. Francis, deep three, heat check. Come on!
Microwave. He's a microwave. He just needs a couple to go down, and once he sees them go through the net, he just turns it up.
Francis with 18 points now, but Barthel going right back with an and one. Chance to finish the three-point play as Francis commits the foul there. He's got him up in the air. So after 11 points from Francis in the entire first half, he's got 7 already in the first 4.5 minutes of action here back at King Arena.
This game's starting to open up with some more scoring, a little bit more of what we expected.
Yeah, this is what, I mean, I was hoping for a shootout, so this is what I was hoping for coming into this game. And it was a strange first half. We talked about it a little bit at halftime. We talked about it coming back on air to start the second half. Just sloppy all the way around. Guys making mistakes that they usually don't. Guys missing shots that they usually don't. I mean, we saw Ricky Samuelson, who was coming into this game shooting 77% from deep, miss a three with nobody within 8 feet of him.
Yeah, you're right.
That's just not what you expect.
You're right, Nate.
Peters working into the lane, gets it to Francis. Quick closeout. Eichelberger now going in, up over the top of Jacobson, can't convert. Jacobson pulls it down.
That's a good shot, though, by Eichelberger. He'll finish that more times than not.
Burhorst with it. And Quam goes sprawling. I think it'll be Justin Jackson called for the moving screen. And it will be. That's Jackson's first as Cade Alioth enters the game as Gunter will get a breather. 4-point game, just inside 15 to play. Thunder, who led by as many as 7 in the first half. As there you see Eichelberger's quick first step once again and drawing the foul on Jackson. And just like that, Jackson has 2 fouls.
For Chicago, you got to assume he's going to do that little drive to the right. Let's see if they can pick up on that and take away his right hand, because Eichelberger driving to his right, I mean, that's his go-to.
Eichelberger shorts the first one, looking to get it back to a 1-point game as he'll get another look at the play from Eichelberger on the Realty Executives replay.
Like you said, it's that little left jab step, move to his right. It's just such a long step. Does a great job of exploding past the defender.
And I'm excited to see what Eichelberger transforms into when the scouting report on that move starts getting out. When people start trying to force him left, I'm interested to see if he can work in a little bit of a spin move or even jab right, go left to catch the defenders on their heels.
I think he can do it. He just hasn't had to because, I mean, it just worked every time.
They haven't been able to stop him. Jackson will pull up for a 3, 9 on the shot clock. Peters with the rebound. Quam with it on the left wing. Francis. And Francis got a little fancy there after the whistle.
A little jelly.
That was nice.
Yeah, Chicago just shooting 23.5% from 3, 4 of 17.
And the Thunder not much better, 4 of 16 and even 25%. That foul was on Max Jacobs, so Thunder inbound right in front of their bench.
Jake Fenlon averages 15 threes by himself, and the whole team only has 18 three-point attempts this game.
And Eichelberger once again driving into the lane. Lost control. It'll be a deflection out of bounds. Stay Thunder ball, but they only have 7 seconds on the shot clock to do something. Quam gets into Francis. Francis, no look off the glass.
That was genuinely no look. I don't think he looked at the backboard.
I don't think he looked at the rim a single time in that entire happening of a play. That was spectacular.
When you're on, you're on.
And like you said, Francis is a microwave, can get hot so quick. And the Thunder are within 1. Jacobs driving into the lane. Good job warding off the defender with the left hand and finishing through some contact. And Peters finds Francis. No look pass. Eichelberger, corner 3. Goes a little deep. Rebound Colangelo.
Nice look by Francis. Let's see if Wheaton can get a stop. Feels like Chicago has scored on multiple possessions in a row here. See if they can buckle down.
Francis guarding Jacobs, and Jacobs almost lost his footing. Alioth with the active hands in the passing lanes. And it's a great job by Jacobson finishing through a pair of defenders and extending this Maroon lead to 5.
Yeah, the Maroons have bumped up their field goal percentage to 46%. A lot more fluid game this second half.
And Francis in Jacobs' eye will get the Thunder back to 2.
I think he's at 26.
He
at
is.
26 points now.
And this is the Aston Francis that we saw pretty much all of last season, and what we were hoping to see, what the committee on UAA All-American saw last season and putting him as a preseason All-American.
Absolutely. I mean, he started off the game, I think he was like 1 of 9, but now he's 11 of 22, shooting 50% from the field. So he's just really come on this second half. And now that they're scoring, now all of a sudden they can't get a stop. And Wheaton really needs to buckle down. They're allowing a lot of easy buckets around the rim, which is uncharacteristic for Chicago even.
Yeah, and the scoring coming from pretty random spots for the Maroons. Well, you look, you've held Fenlon to just 5 points, but then you have Barthel, Karras, and Jacobson all with 10 as the 3 leading scorers for the Maroons. So you're really the Thunder are converting their scouting report really well, keeping Fenlon, as he airmails that one, keeping Fenlon off the score sheet in a major way. They're just getting burned pretty much everywhere else.
Yeah, I think that last 3 is just a scorer who knows he hasn't been scoring a lot. A little bit of a rush shot from Fenlon. I know he has the green light, but if a good shooter airballs a shot that quick, you know it wasn't a shot in rhythm.
Quam with it on the right wing. Samuelson. Peters, a nice spin move. Up and under, gets his own rebound. And Peters rising up through a trio of Maroon defenders and is able to tie this one up. Jacobs with it. Burhorst. Down low, but not finishing. Now Barthel, the rebound and putback to clean up Laravee's miss.
I think the Maroons have hit the glass a little bit better than Wheaton has so far this half. I know Peters just got offensive rebounds. And Peterson is just clearly off tonight. That's a shot the Maroons will let him take tonight.
Yeah, the Maroons out rebounding the Thunder 31 to 27. It's not a huge discrepancy, but that's enough when it's this tight. Deflection out of bounds as Peters tried to wrap it around to Samuelson in transition. It'll stay Thunder ball, and they got pretty much a full shot clock to work with.
Yeah, let's see if they can get... I just really think they could use Ricky Samuelson to get hot here. Let's see if they can draw up a play out of bounds to get him a shot.
That'll be Laravee whistled for the reach-in on Gunter. That's Laravee's first of the game, 5th team foul on the Maroons in the half. So just a few more in the Thunder into the bonus early. Peters drives left, spinning through the lane. Dishes to Peterson. Quam up top. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Samuelson's going to need to pull up. Step back. That one rims out. Rebound Barthel.
Just good solid defense from Chicago, forcing a step back shot at the end of the...
And Spencer Peterson, the big body, realizing he's not going to be able to contest the shot. Hustle play, taking the charge. And the Thunder bench loves it. Everybody on their feet.
A good job by Peterson here. You can see on the replay. He sold it with his yell, too, I think.
Yeah, get that man an Oscar. Great acting job.
Yeah, but with that foul, Wheaton will be in the bonus now. Shoot 1 and 1 on the next foul. Let's see if they can be aggressive, attack the hoop, and force a hand check situation so they can go to the line.
Peters taking the ball up. Right wing gets it to Francis. And it'll be a foul away from the ball.
Here you go, 1 and 1.
I think that'll go against Colangelo and send Samuelson to the line. Samuelson having a spectacular season shooting from the charity stripe. 17 of 18, or 18 of 19, pardon me, missed his first free throw of the season earlier tonight.
Yeah, he's just been solid. This game he's not really gotten the looks as he has the last couple of games, but he's just a solid shooter.
Samuelson hits the first, earns himself a second. And Samuelson will go 2 of 2 to tie this thing up. Baum will be the ball handler for the Maroons. Francis picks him up pretty early in the half court. Barthel swings it. Larrabee looking for Colangelo on the back cut. Instead, it's Baum, deep three. And just like that, the Maroons back on top by 3.
Yeah, Baum shot it pretty well from 3, 39%. He's been more of the facilitator for this Maroons team, but knocking down the deep 3 there to give Chicago a 3-point lead.
Yeah, and still someone who can pour it in every once in a while. Just 7 points per game this season, but he's shown, like you said, 33% from deep, shown a pretty good touch from beyond the arc.
Yeah, they can all shoot, especially if they get a little space. That's why it's so important to get up into the offensive player, make them uncomfortable. Shooters hate people riding up close to them, and that was just too much space there for Baum.
Yeah, Baum with 5 points tonight. Barthel, we've talked about him a bunch on this broadcast, leading all Maroons with 12, and Aston Francis heating up in the second half. Leads all scorers with 26. Francis gets it up top, spinning in the lane. Dishes it, Quam, corner 3. Count it.
There you go, Zach Quam. Timely three-pointer from the senior in the corner.
And Quam, someone who Coach Schauer praises a ton for his energy in doing the little things, getting his name in the score sheet, and a good contest there as Samuelson pulls down the rebound. Quam hands it to Francis. Francis, catch and shoot. The man's hot.
Wow. That was just a simple dribble handoff, deep three-pointer from Francis, and he strokes it. Now has 29 points.
The 3 from Karras. Great job boxing out by the Thunder. And Francis can do it all. Finds Samuelson, threads the needle. Thunder up by 5.
Great pass from Francis. He's known as a scorer, but he can pass the ball too.
Colangelo on the left wing. Gets it to Barthel. Rebound Gunter. Great defensive possession from Gunter all the way. Kept Barthel in front of him. Didn't let him get anywhere close to the paint.
And with that rebound, Gunter now is 10 for the night. Although he's not been scoring, he's done a good job cleaning up the boards.
And that's one of the things that Coach Panner mentioned to us pregame as Peterson tries to get himself going from deep, but airmails it.
Yeah, Peterson struggled. He's 0 of 5 from 3 now. I think they can work towards a better shot. He can hit those, he's just not hitting them tonight.
Larrabee working in the lane, and Gunter with his 11th rebound. Francis finds Samuelson in transition, spins in the lane, swatted by Larrabee. And Colangelo can't save it. It will stay with the Thunder. A little lucky there.
Good recognition from Francis to get it to your leading scorer down the court in transition. Just a good help side block there.
Yeah, Samuelson spinning into the lane, never saw Larrabee coming.
With Samuelson's shooting ability, I wouldn't mind a transition three there. He can knock those down.
Francis now working down low on Karras, goes into the body and draws the foul. Karras upset with that one. But how about Francis fearless going at Karras, who's got a 3-inch roster height advantage on him, so that could be as many as 4 or 5 inches in reality.
Yeah, I mean, Francis does not have fear in his bones. He will go up against anybody, and he will say, I am going to beat you. He just has that mentality, and it's just such a luxury for Wheaton to have someone who can kind of wake a sleeping. He's kind of he was a sleeping giant essentially for the first half, but he's just really awoken here, come alive to give Wheaton a 6-point lead.
Francis 2 of 2 from the charity stripe to extend this to a 7-point lead. And Fenlon hands off to Baum. And great recovery by Peters, got lost in the maze of screens, but sprints through to recover and slap that one away. Karras to inbound.
I think a lot of the credit for keeping Fenlon from scoring has to go to Peters. Just worked his butt off on that end to make everything hard for number 14 in maroon.
Eichelberger picks up his 3rd foul. We'll see if Coach Schauer lets him play this out with 7.5 left. Into Fenlon, pulls up for 3. Peters had a hand in his face. Rebound Karras.
Also significantly, Wheaton hasn't fouled this half. They only have 4 fouls. They had about, I think, 14 the first half, allowing Chicago to go to the line a lot. But as I say that, they foul classic.
Oh yeah, even with that though, 5 fouls with 7 minutes left to play at this point in the first half. The Maroons had been in the bonus for or the double bonus for 3 or 4 minutes. So better play, just cleaner across the board for the Thunder, as that was Gunter picking up his 3rd. Karras gets it to Baum. 10 on the shot clock. Jacobson back to Barthel. Into the corner. Baum behind the head. Karras driving in. Jay Spencer swats it away.
Good help side by Jay Spencer to swat it away. As you see here on the replay, behind the head pass from Baum, but Karras' shot gets swatted by Jay Spencer. Good to see a positive play from the sophomore.
Francis will go to the line to shoot a 1-and-1 after the tangle up in front of the Maroons bench. He hits his first. Francis knocks down the second, and the Thunder up by 9 after trailing by as many as 6 here in the second half. And a lot of that can be attributed to Aston Francis, who now has 33 points on the night.
Yeah, the next leading scorer, Ricky Samuelson, has 8, so he's really put the team on his back here.
Fenlon trying to get into a rhythm, but a foul away from the ball on the moving screen. That's going to go against Karras.
Yeah, I mean, we keep saying his name, but Francis is really living up to the preseason All-American hype today. Just showing how one person can really just take a team and carry them.
Spencer trying to get going, and he knocks down the 3.
That probably feels good. Spencer has struggled from the floor so far this year. Great find by Francis. Confident shot by Spencer.
Fenlon trying to get a little bit of space to work. Swings it across to Baum. Back to Barthel. Fenlon pulls up, and he finally knocks one down.
Yeah, that was the first time Peters lost Fenlon in a defensive possession, and you can just see how dangerous Fenlon is. You leave him for a second, he gets a ball, he's going to knock it down.
And the Thunder have closed the gap in rebounds. Now 34-33 in favor of the Maroons, but the Thunder dominating the offensive boards with 15 of them, only 11 for University of Chicago. And we mentioned this earlier, but just a better across the board from both sides in this half. This is more of what we expected. It was 33-30 at halftime. Now 68-59. The floodgates have opened up a little bit.
Absolutely. Another big stat for you. Wheaton only has 5 turnovers compared to Chicago's 12. So Wheaton's done a great job of taking care of the ball, and that has actually led to 9 more shot attempts for Wheaton than Chicago. Yeah, basketball is all about getting the ball in the hoop and getting as many shots as you can. And when you have 10 more shots than the other team, your chances of winning are just much higher.
Yeah, and that 5 turnover number is stellar for a team that's averaging 11 or 12 turnovers per game, trying to cut that in half tonight in what would be a really clean performance. Francis pulls up for 3, hand in his face.
There goes that man. In the words of Mark Jackson, I mean, this is getting ridiculous.
Aston Francis with 36 points. He's still got 6 minutes to play in this game. We're going to the line to shoot 2. Will be Barthel drawing the foul.
So Aston Francis at halftime was 1 of 8 from 3, and he's currently 6 of 13. If I do the math, it means he's 5 of 5 this half.
Is that good?
That's really, really good.
That's good. Barthel at the line, knocks down the first. Gunter and Quam will come out as Gunter just picked up his 4th. We'll see Samuelson and Eichelberger back in. And as this Maroon defense starts to focus more and more on Francis, this could be a great time for those 2 guys to start pouring it in the way we have seen them do so far this season. Fenlon will be guarding Samuelson, and it looks like Barthel will be on Eichelberger. Keep an eye on those matchups as Spencer pulls up for 3. Samuelson had the rebound, but got it tipped away. Coach Schauer beside himself looking for a foul there. Baum kicks it out to Barthel. Back to Baum, corner 3. And here come the Maroons.
The lefty from the corner. Baum's hit a couple this half.
He's got 8 on the night, 1 better than his season average per game. Francis back with it on the right wing, working against Karras, puts him on skates. Jay Spencer drives into the lane, soft touch off the glass.
I mean, Francis has either scored or assisted, I think, on pretty much every basket this half.
That's certainly what it feels like. I don't know if the numbers would back that up, but you gotta think that his contribution percentage, either scoring or assisting, is pretty close to 50-60% of the Thunder buckets tonight.
This half, he has 25 points and 4 assists, so it's pretty close, maybe.
The kid can flat out play. I don't know. Yeah. We're talking about him a lot, and there's a reason for that, but that just sums it up. He is really good at basketball, and he's showing us why he was a preseason All-American tonight.
Yeah, he's someone where, like, once he goes off, the defense just starts staring at him, and then he can drive and just kick out to wide open shooters. I know Spencer scored twice this half off a good Francis feeds. It's just a luxury to have at this level.
Barthel gets it up top to Karras. Now Baum. Swing pass to Barthel. Driving in on Jay Spencer, and Spencer will pick up the foul. He's unhappy with that one.
Yeah, you just got to stay straight up there. They won't call the foul if you go straight up, and I bet you Barthel does not score that. He was a little bit out of control, a little bit of bailout there by Spencer going for the block.
First one from Barthel is knocked down. That was Spencer's 4th foul. So Gunter already on the bench with 4, Spencer now with 4, and it looks like Coach Schauer is going to leave him in with 4:17 to play in this one.
7-point lead, 4 minutes left. It's really important you have good possessions here on offense.
Peters gets it to Francis. Down low, Spencer. And Spencer lost the ball, got it back, and won.
Spencer really coming on this half, all off of Francis's feeds. We love to see that great passing. And Spencer doing his job, finishing at the rim.
And if we can get another look at that play, you'll see just how high level of difficulty it was. That ball completely out of his hands before he was able to midair gather it back. And Eichelberger with the offensive rebound and draws another foul on the floor.
Yeah, Eichelberger's vertical is scary, how high he can jump, and you could see it there. It was pretty much a vertical jump, and he just reached over the Chicago players.
Yeah, and that's considering Eichelberger's 6'5", and there's a 6'8" Barthel and 6'5" Jacobson on the floor with him. So Eichelberger in the double bonus goes to the line to shoot a pair. Misses the first. And Eichelberger misses the second. The Thunder woes from the free throw line have continued today. Under 60% from the line so far on the night. Just 10 of 19. Swing pass to Baum. Francis closes out, drives baseline. Karras wide open, look at a three. And the Maroons are within 6.
Yeah, all of a sudden just 6-point lead here. Wheaton cannot get lackadaisical. They need good possession here, and they need to do a better job getting out to shooters.
Peters gets it to Eichelberger. Spencer. Eichelberger pump fakes and just blows by Jacobson but can't finish. Good job by Jacobson staying vertical.
You just need to find the shooters here. You know they're going to look to fire.
Karras and Baum in a two-man game. Jacobson going up. Jay Spencer knocks that one out of the air, ties it up for a jump ball. And that will be Thunder ball.
Jay Spencer, even though he's only played 8 minutes this game, has provided a lot of energy to this team on the offensive and defensive end of the courts.
Yeah, that was Spencer's second block of the game. And how about the fearlessness of that defensive effort from Spencer, knowing he has 4 fouls and still going up with a really strong contest. Francis working the lane, kicks it out. Eichelberger for 3. Barthel rebounds. Still a 6-point game, 2.5 to play. Baum driving into the lane. Fakes to Jacobson, knocks down the mid-range. This game has been a coming out party of sorts for Baum, averaging 7 per game before this and scoring in double digits tonight. Eichelberger finds Samuelson. Francis, catch and shoot. And that one just rattles out.
Good contest there from Chicago. All of a sudden, 4-point lead, 4-point deficit with the ball.
Karras up top for Baum. And Baum loses the handle for a second. Fortunately goes to Karras.
Oh.
And he airmailed it, but the Thunder are going to be called for an over-the-back foul. That'll go against Eichelberger. And that's just devastating if you're the Thunder. They had the rebound secured after Karras airmailed one. And that would be Eichelberger's 4th. So three major contributors down low for the Thunder with 4 fouls. Gunter, Eichelberger, and Spencer. Eichelberger secures the rebound after the missed free throw.
Big miss by Jacobson. Chance to get it to one possession. Fails to do so on the front end of the 101. I would love to see some kind of slip off of a Aston screen. So much focus is on him right now.
And Francis just a little overcooked on that pass, looking for Gunter. And the ball will go back to the Maroons. Just over a minute to play. And we'll get a timeout out of Coach McGrath.
Yeah, if I'm Wheaton, I just think Chicago's entire focus is on Aston Francis on the offensive end right now. So some kind of like misdirection play where he comes off a double screen and a slip or something would be, I think, A great option here for Coach Schauer. Let's see what he draws up. On the other end, Chicago just needs to keep finding open shooters. And just the way they come back into this game is by hitting their shots. They have worked their way up to 31% from three. It was pretty low earlier in the game. They've kind of caught fire a little bit.
Yeah, and the key to these last minute 20 for the Thunder, I think, is going to be what was the key for them all game. Keep a body on everybody. All these guys can shoot. There's range all over the floor. They can go 5 out just like the Thunder can. They're going to run a high motion, high octane offense. You keep a body with them, you can completely shut that down. Baum will take it up the court. Swings it around to Barthel. Jacobson. Fenlon catch and shoot. Overcooks it. Rebound Jacobson. Baum wide open look. Rebound Peters.
Good job by Peters. A great contest on Fenlon. And then a big rebound.
A bucket here can almost ice this game. We'll see what the Thunder do. You have both Samuelson and Francis starting down low. They're going to run double action for those guys. 5 seconds. Francis. Ball still loose. Rebound Jacobson.
They just need one good defensive possession.
Baum with the rebound down low. Jacobson swings around. Fenlon. Good look at a three. Ball still loose. Fenlon gets it. Rebound Barthel. And finally, Eichelberger pulls it down. Peters gets it to Francis. And with 5 seconds left, Aston Francis will go to the line to shoot a pair.
Wow. A ton of offensive rebounds there for Chicago, but they were unable to finish. And it looks like that might do it.
And how about the defensive grit from the Thunder? The Maroons, like you said, getting 3 or 4 offensive rebounds, and every single time someone there to make a stop for the Thunder.
Wow. Very sloppy first half has turned into a very fun game to watch.
Francis knocks down the first, makes it a 5-point game. He can pretty much ice it here if it isn't already.
Francis with 37, no wonder Thunder player in double digits.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Aston Francis Show. As he knocks down another. Francis is going to finish with 38 here, barring some sort of miracle where the Maroons can get 6 points in 5 seconds. But pretty much just don't foul here and this game's over. Baum pulls up for a deep three. Wow. Wow. So that's going to make things look a little bit better as Baum knocks down a 35-footer. But that'll do it. The Thunder win by 3 behind a superhuman effort from Aston Francis, 77-74, 38 points for the junior transfer. And I'm excited to hear what Coach Schauer has to say. The usual contributors not doing a whole lot. Francis absolutely kills it tonight.
Yeah, he really took over this game. 38 points. What an incredible performance by Aston Francis. He is a special player. 13 of 26 from the field, 50% shooting, 6 assists. Wow, what a game. And also Samuelson ends with 8. Eichelberger with 7, Spencer with 7. And we'll go down to the courts
Francis,
for an interview.
how many?
Thanks, Caleb.
Sorry.
So I'm here with Thunderhead coach Mike Schauer. And coach, this is going to sound a little bit ridiculous considering Aston was averaging 20 points per game coming into this game. But this is something that we haven't really seen this year, but something that we were expecting to see coming into the season.
Yeah, no question. He is, other than the second half at Franklin, where he was probably as good as he's been, he struggled. We had good looks from him in the first half, and to be honest with you, at halftime, I kind of got tired of feeling sorry for him. I got on him a little bit and said, hey, we're kind of tired of waiting, and he had a much better night offensively. I will say this, though, he gets a lot of the attention because he puts up such big numbers, but he's got to get better defensively, and he relies on teammates for that. So we got a lot of guys, the Zach Quams, the Trevor Gunters, these guys that don't get the accolades that really do much more of the of the dirty work. We need all of Aston's offense. That's not to minimize it, but we got other guys that really contribute towards a team that can win.
And Coach, most of your bigs, you got Eichelberger, Gunter, and Spencer all finishing with 4 fouls. How were you able to overcome that hurdle and still pull out a win here tonight?
Well, actually, we have quite a bit of depth at forward, and Reagan Jones woke up with something bothering with him this morning and has a boot on. You know, Reagan would have played tonight because, you know, really we can go 5 or 6 deep at forward. My biggest concern there is, to be honest, we have struggled all year to defend without fouling. And when you see a team that does that fouls as consistently as we do, that's poor coaching. So I got to get that figured out because we have been in significant foul trouble every game this year. And that really hurt us. You know, we were behind at halftime in large part because I played a lot of odd lineups. We were able to control some of the second half because we actually had our quote-unquote top guys on the floor.
All right, Coach, thanks for your time. We'll see you on Saturday. There you have it, your final score from King Arena. The Thunder 77, the Maroons 74. The Thunder back in action to kick off their conference schedule against Milliken right here in King Arena on Saturday night. Thanks for watching the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network. For Caleb Springer, I'm Nate Stein.